Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my July book haul. So I decided that I'm not going to film a July wrap-up because I only read one other book besides the books that I read for the Booktubeathon, and that was Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, but let's just dive right into the books that I purchased in July. So the first book that I want to talk about is written by a fellow YouTuber. It's called It Gets Worse, a collection of essays by Shane Dawson. I really like Shane Dawson. I read his first book and I really enjoyed it, so I decided to pick up the second one. I haven't started reading it yet, but I do plan to soon. It seems like it's going to be lighthearted and fun, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. If you haven't checked out his first novel, I highly recommend it. It is very funny and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The next book that I purchased is called All Is Not Forgotten by Wendy Walker, and I purchased this on a whim. I haven't heard anything about it. I just saw it and I was intrigued, so I read the dust jacket and it seemed like something that I would be really interested in. So I'll read to you a little bit about this book because I think it sounds pretty fascinating. So it takes place in Fairview, Connecticut, where everything seems picture perfect until one night when young Jenny Kramer is attacked at a local party. In the hours immediately thereafter, she is given a controversial drug to medically erase her memory of the violent assault, but in the weeks and months that follow, as she heals from her physical wounds and with no factual recall of the attack, Jenny struggles with her raging emotional memory. Her father, Tom, becomes obsessed with his inability to find her attacker and seek justice, while her mother, Charlotte, struggles to pretend that this horrific event has not touched her carefully constructed world. It sounds really good. It sounds very suspenseful, so I can't wait to read this one, and it doesn't seem like it's that long, so I'm very excited about it. Next book that I purchased is basically something that I've already owned. Well, I don't own them anymore, but the Feed series by Mira Grant is 3 books in total, and they came out with a bind-up in hardcover of all 3 books, and it looks like this, and it is gorgeous and I love it. It is very massive. I'm very excited to own this. I did sell the other 3 books that I had, so now this one is replacing those, and I'm very excited to own this. I think that they did an amazing job combining these 3 stories together. So, you know, I've only read the first book in the series, to be honest with you. I really need to reread it because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and then I need to read books 2 and 3, so maybe having this kind of bind up of those books will kind of compel me to read it sooner rather than later. The next book that I purchased is The Merciless 2 by Danielle Vega. This is a very shimmery gold book. I really loved The Merciless, the first one. I loved it. It was awesome. I think I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars, but it was so good. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely was intrigued when I found out there was going to be a second one. The back of it says The Exorcism of Sofia Flores. So I don't really know. I mean, it kind of tells you what the book is about right here, but I kind of want to go into it just not really knowing what's going to happen, because that's how these books, I think, need to be handled. They're kind of scary and gory and suspenseful, and I'm just really excited about it. The next book that I purchased is another book that I kind of got on a whim. I had seen a lot of people giving it good reviews on Barnes & Noble's website, and it's called We Could Be Beautiful by Swan Huntley. It's a very gorgeous cover, very reflective, but I really like this cover. I think it's gorgeous. And then if you take off the dust jacket, it's a very nice purple. So basically this is about a woman who is insanely rich, and she does all kinds of things, and she's not happy with her life, although she has all of this money. And then it says that she meets this man one night and stuff starts unfolding about him that she didn't know about him. And the main character's mother, who now has Alzheimer's, apparently it seems like she knew this man as a boy, so she's finding out things from her mother about this man that she's potentially falling in love with. It just sounds kind of intriguing. I don't really know what to think about it yet, but it has really good reviews, so we'll just have to wait and see. The next book that I picked up is called Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten, I think. I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't really know what this book is about. I I was very intrigued because the back of it says, they say Delia burned herself to death in her stepfather's shed. They say it was suicide, but June doesn't believe it. So I think it's about two best friends. One of them supposedly committed suicide, and maybe she's trying to figure out what happened because she does not believe that her friend committed suicide. So I think this is going to be a really interesting read. It's a young adult, I believe, so I'm not sure how they're gonna portray suicide. I'm kind of interested to see how this all pans out. The next book that I got, I found in the bargain section of Barnes & Noble earlier in July, and it is Covet by Tracy Garvis Graves. This is the same author that wrote On the Island, and I love that book. It's probably one of my favorite books ever, and it's so good, so I decided to pick this one up. It was only like $6, so I couldn't pass it up. I don't know anything about it. I'm just gonna go into it blindly because I trust this author, so we'll see what happens. 3 more to go. The next one that I picked up was Lincoln's Boys, and this was also in the bargain section for $7. For those of you that don't know, which I'm sure most of you do, I'm obsessed with Abraham Lincoln, so when I saw this book, I had to have it. I didn't really care what it was about, I just saw Lincoln on the cover, so I bought it. This book I was very excited to find in the bargain section at Barnes & Noble, and that is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I also don't know what this book is about, but I know that a lot of people enjoy it. I know that it is a YA, and that's enough for me. So hopefully I will enjoy it as well. $6 for a hardcover, can't beat that price. So I'm really intrigued by this book. I've heard a lot of hype around it, so we'll see how I like this one. And the last book that I got is I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, and this book intrigued me because people are comparing it to Gone Girl, The Girl on the Train, and things like that, and I love Gone Girl. The Girl on the Train not so much, but Gone Girl I really liked. So I'm excited about this book. I don't really know too much about it, but I've heard great things. I've seen other booktubers that have read this book that really enjoyed it, so I'm very excited to dive into this one. I have no idea what book I'm going to start with next after I finish reading my review book that I have to read. I don't know. Guys, you gotta help me. So that's it for this book haul. Let me know in the comments below which book you think I should read next, because I don't know. I have too many great ones. I don't know how to pick. Maybe I should just throw them all in a little cup and just pick one. I don't know. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.